What's going on, y'all? It's Greg with Greg Said It, back with our second video for Sunday, inspirational, motivational. Just got done eating today. I ate a little early, I guess. Feeling that itis kicking in. But nevertheless, we are here. We had a nice conversation, nice live earlier, as normal on Sunday when we do our lives. And we kind of talked about some things, about the hypocrisy surrounding Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, and how, certain things can be done by certain people. And, of course, the conversation spent, and you're talking about racism and the different things. And I think, honestly, a lot of these things can exist. But I would never say, just like anything else in life, that that's the only thing that's going on. Yeah, I'm sure some racism is going on, like I said. And I'm sure some haterism is going on, and some jealousism and everything else. That's life, and that's people. Everybody don't have to have one motive. People have different kind of issues. And, you can have racism, and you can have that situation where it comes from your own people, which I kind of explained. And then we talked about prejudice and all of that. And I don't think that's the only thing, or really the biggest thing that he's facing. We talked about how I think the biggest thing is him just challenging a system. Anybody who challenges a system on any level, in any area, they're going to face some backlash. And he's trying to change a lot of things. In the meantime, a lot of things are already changing naturally. So it's just a mixture of a lot of stuff. But needless to say, it's going to be an interesting season. And in that spirit, and in that vein, I thought about Coach Prime is really not the only one. And when I say that, he's not the only disruptor of a space. We've seen many disruptors in history in every area. We've seen it in sports a few times, several times. We've seen it like the Jackie Robinsons. We've seen it in the political space with some people. I even see, like I said, Dr. King, he was kind of in the political space. He kind of crossed over from religious to political. And, so we got so many different spaces that people change the game, like education, the business world, the medical, like Dr. Ben Carson when he did the heart surgery. You have so many people who just, when they come onto this earth, they just make a big impact on the space they're in. And Coach Prime, he did it as a player, and he's doing it again as a coach. And it's just who he is, clearly. He don't have to try to do it. He don't have to go and ponder, I'm going to just disrupt. He just is a disruptor, and he brings change. I think about even when he went to the HBCU, he brought change. And then what you can say about racism, that his own people, a lot of them didn't like it. Whether they was part of the program he was in at Jackson State, bringing changes there, or the competition who, he wanted to change the way they handle their money and the bowls they play in, and just really challenge the norms and the mindset that's traditionally acceptable. And when you do that, people don't like change. And I can't victimize him. I can't say, oh, poor him, oh, these people, that people, and try to make it about one thing, because it's clearly not about one thing. It's something way bigger. It's the change of guard in a lot of ways. And when you kind of push the envelope, it's a struggle, but it's usually a good thing on the back end. It's usually a shift on the back end that's for the betterment. Sometimes people change stuff for the worse, and we quickly see that. But I think what he's doing and how he's approaching, how the media component of it and the promotion of a not only a brand but your team with your brand and NIL, and how to implement it, because it's new, how he's implemented it with his players across all types of players, even walk-ons, using that to pay for school, how he's using like the well-off and the, all that behind-the-scenes content. He's bringing a lot of different things to the bigger part of the college sport. And a lot of people, I would say most people appreciate it, most people like it. Then you got some people disgruntled about it. And then some people make it personal. Oh, he think he's all that. Oh, he's just a show off. Or, them personal issues, deflecting it back on another person. So That's why I said earlier. But I think ultimately, you really just got to realize when you disrupt something, when you're a person who's bringing change, when you're an innovator in a space, it's not the easiest road. I mean, it's like they say, you're the pioneer. The pioneer has all the arrows in his back. And you got to be built a certain way to be able to handle that, because you can't be a people pleaser or to the point where it affects you. You can't like need the applause. I remember Coach Prime always talk about the way he grew up. He was groomed in a way. His mama couldn't go to his games, stepdad, all them was working. And he said, I just had to learn to play for myself because my mama couldn't come to my games. She was working 2-3 jobs. And he said, that's what made me who I am. I didn't have to go and feel sorry for myself that I didn't have the support, even though I was one of the great players and my mom couldn't be there. But he also made sure with that his mom didn't have to work again, so she wouldn't have to miss nothing else, and she ain't missed it since. So that thing can create a drive in you to do something about it if you don't victimize yourself. You got to be built with a certain mindset to go against the odds, because going against the odds typically is going to make people not like you, because you're challenging the norm, you're challenging their comfort zone, and you just look cocky, you look like, show off, or whatever. You know everything. And all these different things come out of people for different reasons. They got insecurities, maybe they jealous, who knows. And a lot of people just can simply just get told to not like you, not like him, and a big group of people just not like you. And I kind of went into that because I was like, you're grown-ups. Don't need nobody to tell us what to think about somebody else, but too many grown-ups do. Too many grown-ups let TV, other people decide for them who to like and not like. They don't do now a bit of research. You should be doggone ashamed that you can just hear something about somebody and just not like them. And even worse, hate them, wish harm on them. It's like, you shouldn't be doing that anyway. 2, have you even earned the right to do it? Did you do your research and that's just something, when you deal with kids, like teenagers, you usually teach them that, like, hey, that's not what you do. You just don't go and fight somebody because you heard somebody want to fight you. You just be like a robot. Y'all both fighting each other like fools and don't even know why. And it's like, that's what comes. That's what comes with it. And it comes with being a disruptor. Because the powers that be a lot of times can say, oh, whatever, powers that be in that realm or reality, it could be on a big level, a small level, they can stir up people against that disruptor, no matter what level you on. It could be on a local level. It causes problems and it makes enemies. And people can typically be stirred up against you to put pressure on you or to kind of like leverage, see if they can influence you to change your mind because you want to fit in or you don't want nobody to dislike you. That's why you got to be different. And one thing about Coach Prime, he's proved he's different. He don't need your applause, even though he get them, even though he appreciate them. It's not going to sway his actions. I think we all can learn from that, because we need more disruptors. We need more people to stand up for, things that is best for everybody. And if certain people don't like it, you got to stand for it. But it's me. I'm Greg. Greg said it. Thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to y'all soon.